Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. All right, y'all. So let's get right to it. 8/6/2021. The deal got done. Josh Allen got that extension. Got that 6-year, $258 million, $150 million guaranteed. That works out to be $43 million a season. He's here for the next 8 seasons. We got our franchise elite quarterback here to stay. That is unbelievable. When was the last time that we could say we have a franchise quarterback that's here to stay? Let's see. Jim Kelly. That's it, folks. I love Drew Bledsoe. I did. I was excited when he came to the Bills, but we knew the deal. He gave us all he had for that one season. Did he try his best? And that poor team, that 2002 team, we should have made the playoffs. 8-8. God, Greg Williams. I mean, you guys, this goes to show you what it means to have a good coaching staff and a very good young quarterback in place. Because, my God, have we been bad before we got Josh Allen, McBeane Corporation formed. I mean, it was just very tough to be a Bills fan. But I love my Buffalo Bills, so no matter what, every season was the season, right? To me, this was the year we're going to the playoffs. I was always optimistic. I can't even say that word. I was just always thinking we were going to do good. And unfortunately, we were terrible. Terrible picks, terrible free agent signings, terrible head coaches, terrible GMs, and you name it. So, Josh Allen, going back to the main man of the hour, the day, the week, the month, the years. Josh Allen. Well deserved. This guy fought his way to get on a college team. Nobody wanted to even listen to the guy. They didn't want to give him a chance. He played finally Wyoming, and I think it was Eastern Michigan, gave him a call, and he chose Wyoming. And, listen, this was a rough road for Josh Allen. I'm sure a lot of Bills Mafia already knows the guy's story, but it wasn't easy. I mean, the guy's worked his ass off to get where he's at now, and he's still working his ass off. I don't think this deal is going to, stop all of a sudden. He's content with, hey, I got my money. I'm paid now. All right, man, that's it. I'm going to stop working out in the off season, stop improving myself. No, listen, they paid him because they know that football means the world to Josh Allen. This team means the world to Josh Allen. This city means the world to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is Buffalo. And that's why I truly believe they gave him that contract. Obviously the other stuff too, but I think just his character, what he does for the city of Buffalo, just his love for the team, his love for the players, man. He deserved it, man. And I got to say, the 150, by the way, guaranteed makes him the highest guaranteed contract in football. So technically, he's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now. Now, Mahomes has a bigger contract, but I think Mahomes guaranteed was $128 million, I believe, something like that. And Allen hasn't beat there. So Allen is top dog if you really want to go by the guaranteed numbers. And it's well deserved, guys. I'm telling you. So go back, right? So they dog him on draft day. The tweets come out, and they were trying to already dog him, get him to push him back in the draft. You know how that is. I think there's a lot of GMs that do that, by the way, that put out information. They dig on players and then, secretly get somebody to post about it or whatever, pull up your history basically, and get these players to drop in the draft so they can pick them. I mean, it's sneaky, but it's done. It's done every season. So I truly believe. Hey, what's up, Apex? I truly believe when Josh Allen was going through that draft, uh, that GMs were purposely, whoever put that out was trying to get Josh Allen to drop in that draft. And if you watch the draft, that was the story right away. The tweets, right? Oh, Josh Allen, he's, terrible. What kind of person is he? Blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't buying it. Look, listen, I saw the tweets. He was quoting like TV shows, like in rap songs. I mean, stop it already. That's the youth. That's this generation. Like I do the same thing. Like, come on, man. Like anyone who's young, and I'm not saying I'm super young, I'm 42, but I'm just saying, like, I tweet funny stuff all the time. It might be edgy, but come on, man. Like people are super sensitive. Stop that already. Like that's enough of that. Okay. So anyways, Brandon Beane said, F all that noise, right? Fuck all that. We're drafting him. We're going to trade up and draft the man because he's going to be our quarterback, not Josh Rosen, which, by the way, a lot of Bills fans wanted to draft Josh Rosen, the other Josh, the Josh that thought he was the best quarterback in the draft, by the way. That was very upset that he got drafted where he got drafted. Yeah, like, thank God we didn't go that route. And I'm sure a lot of Bills media who said we should draft Josh Rosen and fans are kicking themselves right about now, right? They have to be. They got to be eating crow. I'm just saying, like, yikes. Like, I was not on the Josh Rosen train. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't get that. Like, Allen, to me, when I saw his film, when I saw his story, I said, man, this kid is Buffalo. He is made for this. He is perfect for this team. He is perfect. And I knew that Brandon Beane was trying to bring in a guy that they could work with, that had the potential, that had the high ceiling. He was the perfect candidate. I didn't care. Who cares about an NFL ready quarterback? He's NFL ready. He's really starting out. Like, dude, we were sorry ass sucky team. I don't care. I didn't need a quarterback to come out and be ready now. But that's what you get. Like, he is what he gets. He's already, whatever. Josh Rosen. I didn't need that. I needed somebody who I could go, okay, let the guy sit for one season. Let's groom him. Let's get him better. And this guy, if he hits where we think he's going to hit, oh, watch the fuck out, right? Watch out. And that's what happened, right? If you watched Brandon Beane's drafts, right, all of the players, almost, maybe all of them, have been all guys that have high ceilings. Like, they all got, like, Gregory Rousseau, only played one season. That's the knock on him, but he has a high ceiling. Tremaine Edmonds, super young, but he has a high ceiling. Josh Allen played for Wyoming, didn't have the best accuracy, but he has a high ceiling. He can be worked with. We think we can get him there. Cody Ford, hopefully that works out. Once again, another player. Dawson Knox. I mean, dude, I could keep going on. Trey White was the end of the first round. Technically, he's a guy that needed to be worked on a little bit. He was good in college, but he was the end of the first round draft pick. I mean, dude, I could keep going. I'm telling you, I keep going. Brandon Beane loves these kind of players. And boy, did he nail it with Josh Allen. He nailed it. We have a top 5 quarterback. He's not going to regress. Like, I love the fact that everyone's coming out with these videos or they're talking on the media about, was it a fluke season? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? A fluke season? What? Dude, I said this before. There's no fluke season. I don't care what anyone says. This is football. 16 games. There is no fluke in that. He just busted his ass. He worked his ass on the offseason. He went to some specialist that improved his mechanics. So obviously he was doing something wrong. and he fixed it. He corrected it. By the way, didn't need to do that. It wasn't mandatory. I didn't hear anything about Brandon Beane or McDermott saying, hey, man, you know what, Alan, Josh, we need you to go see the specialist because something might be off on your mechanics. No, I did not hear that. It was Josh Allen that took the step and said, you know what? Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe there's something wrong with what I'm doing. Why I'm throwing it 5 yards past the receiver on a deep ball every time. Because, and boy, did it show or what in 2020? Like, hello, almost 70% completion percentage from, I think he had 58.5 or something the year before. Like, whoa, like a massive improvement. You saw the deep balls. They were on point. I mean, we already knew he was athletic. We already knew he had a big arm. He just needed to work on some things, and he went out and he did that without the team telling him to do so, right? That's all on Allen. This is all reasons why they paid the man. And he will continue to get better. He has not reached the ceiling. He's not. I'm sorry, he hasn't. What you saw in 2020 is damn good. It's MVP good. But it's not scary good. I think Allen can get scary good. I think Allen could be the top quarterback in the NFL for years to come. No joke. Like, I know I sound like a homer. This is a Bills show. But watch the man. Watch his throws. Watch him throw on the run. I'm telling you. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFL throwing on the run. Dude, that guy throws darts to the receivers while running, and they're right there. I mean, what can I tell you, man? Like, the guy's unbelievable. He makes plays. I'm just like, how did he do that? Did you guys see last season when he made that pass to Diggs in the Dolphins game? I swear to God, I thought it was going to be an interception. And I don't know how the hell that ball got there. And great catch by Diggs, by the way, too, to catch that. But that's just what I'm talking about. Like, plays like that. Go back to, there was a play in 2019 when we played the Cowboys. And I believe we were in the end zone. And Allen he was rolling out and he made a pass, I believe, to Beasley. And my God, it was such a beautiful pass. Like, I don't see another quarterback making that pass. I just don't see it. And that's what makes this kid so special, man. We haven't even seen everything he has. Like, it's wild, man. Like, yo, I'm super excited. 8/6/2021 is the day Bills Mafia will remember forever. We will remember this forever because he's winning championships. We are winning that Super Bowl. How many? I don't know. But the way this team is forming, the young talent on this roster, I mean, scary. Scary, scary, scary. I mean, we're just still building. I get Bills Mafia sometimes complains they want, we need more cornerbacks, Levi, and we need maybe a better offensive line, running back. But dude, it takes time. Building. This is a process, right? Like, just like McDermott says, trust the process. I believe in that. And come on, you guys, sit back and enjoy this because this ride is just started. The ride is just started, right? We just got buckled in, right? Like, last season, we were officially buckled in. The thing came down, locked us in, and we're going up, right? Like, and then it's going to take off. Just like that. So, speaking on this contract situation, guess who came out, had to talk about it? Of course he had to talk about it. Nick Wright. Nick Wright. Good old Nick Wright. Yeah. The guy knows nothing. Like, I know I shouldn't even be talking about him, but I have to. Because in a way, fuck it, right? It's fun. It's fun for me, and it's something to talk about. But he came out and said, Lamar Jackson deserves a better deal. He's done better than Josh Allen in his career so far. Josh Allen only made the playoff once. Once? What? Nope. Sorry, Nick Wright. Twice. He's been in the league 3 seasons, 2 out of 3. He didn't make it his rookie season. He made it his second season, his third season. He was runner-up in MVP. He had better stats than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's MVP season. I think Josh Allen had better stats when he was runner-up in MVP. By the way, that's just my opinion. I'm just being real. I think he has more rushing touchdowns than Lamar Jackson since he's been in the league. The fact that Buffalo beat the shit out of Baltimore in the playoffs and Lamar Jackson looked terrible. The fact that Lamar Jackson was okay his rookie season, he got better, had a great second season. I'm not going to take that away. But he regressed last season. Let's be real here. I think what we see is what we get with Lamar. I don't think he's the greatest thrower in the world. Passer, thrower, whatever. I think he's very athletic. He's very fast. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback right now. But the way they use him, will that work for seasons to come? I don't think so. And that's why I'm kind of hoping we dial it back a little bit with Josh Allen with the running. Okay. Because in time, he's going to slow down. It's just, listen, he's not a robot, right? Like, he's human. Right? You can only take so many hits. And yeah, I get Lamar shifty, right? And he could beat a guy. He could shake and bake. But he's not the biggest guy in the world. Someone's gonna knock that helmet off, right? Like, and it's already been done, by the way. If you remember the Buffalo Bills playoff game. And that wasn't even a sack. Okay? It wasn't even that hard of a hit, just the way he fell. So, yeah. I mean, so Nick Wright, you were wrong about the one season, one playoff for Josh Allen right away. He's made 2. I get that Lamar's made 3, but he lost both, right? He lost both first round. And then he finally got out of the first round and he got destroyed by the Buffalo Bills. So what the hell are you talking about, Nick Wright? Like, what are you doing? You're like, listen, at this point, all it is to prove himself right that Josh Allen sucks. That's it. Pretty much everybody that's still on the whole Josh Allen, I got to see it again. 2020 was a fluke. I got to see it in 2021. Like, all these guys, that whoever's saying that, are just guys that want to see him fail. They want to be right that he sucks. Like, that they were right. Like on draft day. Oh, this guy, accuracy issues, bad, terrible, blah, blah. Like, they just want to be so right that they're willing to lie on TV. Like, they're lying. They're flat out lying to you. Like, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, you got to be a dumbass, even if you're not a Buffalo fan. You got to be a dumbass fan to believe that crap that they're spilling to you. That they're whatever's coming out of their mouth. That bullshit. Like, honestly, you got to be a retarded fan. I'm sorry to use that word. Maybe I shouldn't use that word. You got to be a dummy person, like an idiot. Like, really, honestly, like, go look at, just watch the highlights, or forget the highlights. Why don't you just go back and look at the squad Josh Allen had his rookie season? Pull up the receivers. Go out and pull them on up. Kelvin Benjamin. He's not in the league. He tried to be a tight end. He got cut. Not only that, terrible person. Didn't even try. That's one receiver. Zay Jones, another one. Running in hallways naked on bath salts, whatever the hell he was on. Cut. Went to the Raiders. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't even think he's playing. And some other guys, I don't even know. I don't even think they made the XFL. Like they're just out of the league in general. Like, look at that roster. What the hell was Josh Allen supposed to do his rookie season? He wasn't even supposed to play, by the way. Wasn't supposed to play. supposed to be A.J. McCarron, who was so god awful that they traded him away. Another great deal, by the way, by Brandon Beane, because that guy is terrible. And then, we got the Pro Bowl preseason player and Nathan Peterman, who fooled everybody. Again, I guess I knew he sucked from the year before, which we pulled Tyrod Taylor, which out of every mistake that I got to say McDermott made was that, like, starting Nathan Peterman over Tyrod Taylor. I get Tyrod Taylor wasn't lighting it up, but we were still winning games, and he was still a veteran player. He knew how to play. Like, come on, man. Nathan Peterman. I mean, dude. Like, I didn't get that move. I didn't get. I don't even know how we got so lucky we made the playoffs. But either way, you saw what a disaster it was. Then we go into 2019. The AJ don't work. We ship his ass off, right? See you later. Then we're like, you know what, Nate Peterman, you had a great preseason, so we're going to go ahead and start you. And at first, I'll be honest, I was pissed because I'm like, you know what, just put the freaking rookie in there, put Josh in there. But I was like, you know what, I got to stop that. I got to trust the process. I got to trust this because I get it. I do. Now I get it. After I was, the steam came off my head from being so heated, I said, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's not throw this guy in there. No receivers, not the greatest offensive line. Like, let Peterman go in there and whatever. We'll win 4 games or something. You know what I mean? Like 5 games. Whatever. But, oh my God, was it terrible. Terrible. He was so bad, which I knew he was going to be. And I think McDermott was just like, look, like, Josh, buddy, you weren't supposed to play. Like, we were going to have you watch Peterman, but I don't, I think watching Peterman might make you work. Like, it might hurt you. like, this guy's so bad. We don't even want you watching him. So we need you in there, because if we keep this shit show in, fans are going to be like throwing beer bottles onto the field and like whatever else they throw in Buffalo, which what they throw in Buffalo on the field. Yeah. So anyways, so we start Josh, and of course everyone's bashing Josh his first season. Oh, terrible completion percentage. He's so bad. He's making all these mistakes. He can't get to the receiver. You guys, terrible receiver. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. So, okay, fine. Skip that year. I get it. Listen, I'm going to bring the excuse bag out for that year. I'm sorry. I will. That was a fucking shit team. I don't care who you had as quarterback. I don't give a shit. I'll argue with that with anyone. I will debate you all day. So 2019 comes along. Finally, we get some help for Josh. We get John Brown, Cole Beasley. Now, mind you, John Brown I think he had 1,000-yard season or close to it or something like that. Maybe not. Maybe he had like 900 yards or something. He was a good receiver, but he wasn't a top receiver. Josh Allen made him a top receiver in the NFL, I believe. He made John Brown look better than John Brown was. I love John Brown, but John Brown's not the greatest route runner. He's good. He has speed, but we got John Brown kind of later in his career. He was already starting to slow down. Obviously, we saw that in 2020. Injuries started happening, but don't matter. We got Josh some help. Cole Beasley, also, once again, another receiver who never really cracked above what he did last season, yards-wise. We got him. Help, obviously. Way better than what we had. No problem. We got to the playoffs. Made it to the playoffs. He had a rough going against Houston. No doubt. It was second season. Okay. Houston wasn't a terrible team either, by the way. They came out swinging against Kansas City, right? So, just saying, like, wasn't that bad. So, Okay, live and learn. He learned from that. Boom. 2020 comes. What do? Now we get a top dog receiver. We trade for Stephon Diggs. Got John Brown, who's slowing down. That's okay. Got Cole Beasley, who's I think he's at where he's at right now. I think we got about another 2 seasons with Cole, and then we gotta find ourselves another slot guy. But right now I think he's still one of the top slots in the game. What do? Well, Josh Allen throws for 4,500 yards. He throws for I think 38 touchdowns, something like that. 10 interceptions, 12 interceptions. I believe he had 8 rushing touchdowns, something like that. And I'm not even pulling up stats here. I'm at the top of my head. Let's see, 13-3 Buff team. We were ranked, I believe, second in offense. He was runner-up in MVP. I believe he should have got MVP. And actually, he got some votes, which everyone was thinking that Aaron Rodgers was going to get a clean sweep, and he did not. By the way, Patrick Mahomes got 0 votes. Okay. We didn't play the best in the playoffs, which I'm going to say, listen, I truly believe that's on the coaching staff, why we, at least on offense, why we were a little slow pace. I believe we were playing very safe football. That wasn't us. That wasn't us through the whole season. And I believe that was a totally different offense that you saw in the playoffs. I think we just played it safe to finally get those, that first win off our back. We didn't want to make any mistakes. We weren't taking any chances, is what I'm trying to say. Right? No jet sweeps, no trick plays. There was I just felt like it was very basic football that we were trying to do. And we were just going away from what worked all season. But that's a whole nother story, whatever. But anyways, Josh gets to the AFC Championship game. So what does that track record say? He's gotten better every single season by a lot. By a lot. Like, his numbers are just jumping. Boom, boom. I mean, like, you started at the first floor, then you went to the third, then you went to the sixth, now you're at the, I mean, like, he's almost at the roof, man. It's like, so yes, I am extremely happy for the Josh Allen franchise elite quarterback. Now, moving on. I want to quick talk about Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott, what they've done for this team and how important it was to get these guys and how important it is to get a good GM and a coach on any sports franchise. Any, talking about basketball, baseball, football, especially football and basketball, because baseball has no salary cap. So if your owner has the money, I mean, your GM could be so-so, but really it's all about money in baseball, right? A player will go anywhere if you pay him, right? You're the Yankees. Who gives a shit? Like, back then, that they were buying their championships. You can't do that in football and basketball. You got to work those numbers out, man. You got to draft right? It's just a totally different thing, right? So I'm going to read something to you guys. Interesting, right? So check this out. So GMs, right? Since the early years. So I'll start back in, let's say, the good old days. Bill Polian, great GM, right? Really good GM. Got us to all those Super Bowls, right? Then you got John Butler. Once again, very good GM. Kind of fell off a little bit there. Then you got Tom Donahue. Oh boy. Here's where it starts to get bad, folks. Tom Donahue. Then Marv Levy. Marv Levy for one season. That's when you can see a team's desperate, right? We're bringing on a older coach that was good years ago to maybe bring something, get the team, the fans excited. That usually doesn't work. Clearly it didn't. He lasted one season. Then we bring Russ Brandon. He was there 2 years. 2008, 2010. Did not work out. Then I remember this guy. Hey, y'all, it's Buddy Nix. Hey, okay, y'all. So that's what we're going to do. Buddy Nix here. I'm going to draft. I mean, geez. Another terrible GM. Lasted one season. And then here we go. Doug Whaley. Good old Doug Whaley. Ruined ruined the I think it was the XFL. He was like they made him like president or something. You see what happened there, right? And then Brandon Beane. So look at all those years of misery, right? From let's just say when John Butler was on from 93, which by the way, John Butler, I don't know if he did anything that great because it was really Bill Polian's team, right? That he built. All right. I'm gonna say John Butler was right. He was there from 93 to 2000. So boy, they gave him the that for a little while. He was there. Then what do we got here? Tom Donahue from 2001 to 2005. You know how those teams went. I keep bringing it up. 2002 Buffalo Bills, 8-8. How the hell did that happen? Greg Williams signed. That was our head coach. Greg Williams, man. This defensive master. We were ranked 28th in defense that year, by the way. Awful. God awful. We had an electric offense. And we were 8-8. Like, I mean, it's such a shame. Like, I feel so bad for these players. Feel bad for Drew Bledsoe who came out. I mean, that was it. Like that, he was going to give it us all that one season, and that's all we got from Drew. And we went 8-8 because we had a shitty ass coach. I mean, let's be real here. I really truly believe if we had a better coach, we at least win 10, 11 games that season. We're in the playoffs. 8-8. That's come on, man. Go look at. I want anyone to go right now. Look at those stats on that 2002 team. That will show you right there that head coaching is so important and a good general manager is so important for a franchise. That I'm just telling you that these are all facts, man. And then you got Marv Levy, 2006, 2007. I mean, come on, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. Now, look at this. Head coaches. This is incredible. Like, really, like you saw, I don't know. Listen, some of you Bills Mafia fans are maybe new to the Bills. Like you just started maybe watching maybe 5 years ago. Maybe you're younger. You know what I mean? You just started watching in 2015, 26. I don't know. And maybe you don't know the real history, the drought, the pain that that a lot of us old timers went through. And I'm here to tell you the pain, right? So check it, right? Here we go. Here comes the fun. Marv Levy, Hall of Fame coach. No doubt, baby. 86 through 97. Unbelievable coach. Love Marv Levy. Like that's a football coach, man. Like when you type in football coach, he should pop up. Like that guy is unbelievable. Next, Wade Phillips. Okay, listen, on Wade, I'll be honest, he was probably our best coach until we got Sean McDermott. And that's not saying much. It's not saying much. But he wasn't god awful. I felt like ownership screwed him over with the whole Doug Flutie, Rob Johnson thing. Because to be fair, he did get us to the playoffs. But once again, ownership, GM, whoever the hell that was, made that crucial mistake in giving Rob Johnson this big contract. And we had a guy that was lighting it up, Doug Flutie, and they wanted their boy in there, and you saw the results. So moving forward, so Wade Phillips was coach 98 to 2000. Next, here we go, Greg Williams from 2001 to 2003. Terrible coach. Terrible coach. I think he's so overrated as a defensive coordinator, by the way. Awful. Next coach, 2004 to 2005. Coached one season. Mike Mularkey. You remember him? Awful. Terrible. Here's the next one. Dick Duran. Terrible coach. 2006, 2009. Plain Jane coach, man. You want to talk about a coach that was just there? Like, that's it. He was just there. That's Dick Duran. Here's the next one. Perry Fuel, 2009. I think Perry Fuel was just our interim coach. He filled in because we fired Dick Duran in the middle of the season or later in the season. And we never even gave Perry Fuel, I don't think, an opportunity to come back. Then we hired Chan Gailey. Ugh. Oh, jeez. I know they're just terrible, man. Terrible coach. He was here from 2010 to 2012. Doug Marrone. We all know St. Doug. He bounced on us. He was there, one season, I believe. Let's see, 2013 to 2014. He just bounced. He's like, yo, I'm out of here. And once again, another coach who's, I don't know. I think he's a shitty ass coach. And here we go. Pagula's bought the team. They bring in a Rex Ryan coach who, listen, I like Rex Ryan as like a personality, and maybe even as a coordinator. I thought he did okay with the Jets. I'll be a little real here. I thought he was an okay coach. I kind of consider him like a Wade Phillips type of coach. So he wasn't terrible, but he just brung a lot of noise and didn't do anything for us. He did nothing. Then he was getting desperate and he brung his brother, like, oh, I forget his brother's name, but he came in and it was just a disaster. And then we fired him. And Anthony Lynn was the coach for a little bit. Not a bad coach, but I think he's a better coordinator. You saw what he did in San Diego. I think he should stick to just being a coordinator. And then Sean McDermott. So you guys, do you understand? You see the cycle. You see how bad we were with these bad GMs and bad coaches. I'll continue to say this. Every franchise, it starts from the top, man. You got to have the owners who are hiring the correct GMs, and then the GM's getting a good coach that fits with them well. It has to happen that way, or your team's going to suffer and suffer, and then you're going to get set back. And then when the new guy comes, it's going to be another 2 or 3 seasons before he makes up for the mistakes. And if he sucks, then it's going to set you back even further. And that's what happened through the drought. We just kept getting set back. There was no improvement. Nothing happened until Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane came. These are just facts, man. So thank God that we extended their contracts as well. Like, that was huge. Like, a lot of people don't really talk about that, but it better be talked about, because if those guys leave, we're in some trouble. We are in trouble. But they're here to stay for a little bit more. So thank God for that. So next, you guys, I want to talk about the wide receiver room. Interesting. We got a lot of talent, man. We have a shitload of talent. So let's just start off. We already know Diggs. He ain't going nowhere, obviously. We already know Cole's here to stay. Cole's not going anywhere. Like, it was funny that people were like, cut him. Are you kidding me? Stop with that talk. Cut him because of the tweets. Get the hell out of here with that noise. Stop it already. You're not going to cut one of the best slot receivers in the game. Get the hell out of here with that noise. If Josh Allen said that shit on Twitter, you would not be saying cut Josh Allen. I do not want to hear that mess. Anyways, Cole Beasley's on the team. You know that. All right. You know that Gabe Davis is definitely on the team. And Gabe Davis, by the way, he has to improve too. He knows he knows he had some drop passes last season. He did. I think he actually led the team, I think, in drop passes. So he knows he needs to improve on that. But man, he made some phenomenal catches, especially in the playoffs, in that Colts game. So, listen, I think he's a good kid too. Like, man, like, we have a lot of good players, like, just, I think, like, good people in the locker room, by the way. Anyway, so he's on the team no matter what. Isaiah McKenzie, by the way, and everyone was like, oh, he's on the roster bubble. He's going to get cut. No, he's not going to get cut. He is, lock him in, stamp it right now. He is on the roster for sure. He's not going anywhere. Emmanuel Sanders, obviously not going anywhere. He's pretty much, he's a great route runner. Like, you could put him in a slot, you could put him on the outside. It doesn't matter. Like that was an improvement over John Brown. I love John Brown, but even at his age, I still think he's a better receiver than John Brown. And overall he was. His numbers don't lie, right? Super Bowl champion, 1,000-yard seasons, multiple. Like, Facts are facts, right? Now here's where it gets interesting because I'm thinking they're definitely going to keep 6, but I'm thinking they're going to keep 7. Okay. And this is where it comes down to, okay, Kumerow playing really, really good, they're saying. Like, he's looking really good in practice. And then also, Marquez Stevenson is looking pretty good too. Kumerow is looking better, they're saying. But I think they like the Marquez Stevenson speed factor. Because he's really fast. Like, you guys don't understand how fast this kid is. And and we need speed, man. I was saying it last season. Like, Diggs is fast, but we don't have like an elite speed guy, and I think Marquez Stevenson can be that guy. Like, just, like Isaiah McKenzie's fast too, no doubt. But I think if they had like a race, I think Marquez Stevenson would beat him. I think. It'd be pretty cool to actually watch to see if they did a race in camp or something. But yeah, man, like, I think they're going to keep 7 because I think they may wind up keeping Kumerow and Marquez. But man, this is why I'm trying to tell you the preseason, like, this is where it counts. Like, I'm super excited for the preseason, and I've never been super excited for NFL preseason before. Like, because we have so much talent on this team. People got to go. You only can fill so many people on the roster, right? And then even if you put them on a practice squad, they're probably going to get picked up. You know what I mean? Like, these are just facts. Because remember, you got to cut them first, and then they can get picked up. And even if they're on a practice squad, they still can get picked up from another team. I mean, we did that with Isaiah McKenzie, I believe, when he was in Denver. So yeah, man. Like, preseason is gonna be like, watch out. You gotta. Forget the starters. You're not. I personally think the second game you're probably gonna see maybe a quarter of the starters, maybe, and then from there on out, it's gonna be everyone trying to make that squad, boy. It's gonna be everyone trying to make the team. Edge rushers, man, like, this is unbelievable. Like, that's another, like, what are we doing? Like, how? Okay, Jerry Hughes, right? Mario Addison. We know those are the vets. I believe they're not going anywhere. I hear a lot of people saying cut Hughes. I just don't think so, man. I would love to see Hughes retire a Buffalo Bill. I mean, honestly, that was a great trade, by the way, we made for him. Going back to the Colts. He didn't work out for the Colts. He worked out great for us, man. Like, I love Jerry Hughes, man. He's just a good guy, good overall guy. Plays hard, man. Like, he gives it all on that football field, man. He really does. And then Mario Addison, he took a pay cut, and I don't even think it's worth cutting him. Like, we wouldn't even save anything even if we did. So, to me, I think they're going to be all rotational with Gregory Rousseau and Boogie Basham and then AJ. And then you got Obata, who has been improving each season with Carolina. And I thought that was a good pickup in the offseason. So we got all these edge rushers. I'm just so curious how they're going to do the rotation. Like, how they're going to rotate. Who's going to get more playing time? Like, it's going to be interesting. And that's going to probably come out with the preseason. Who balls out in preseason? Because listen, I think the defense is going to go after the quarterback. We're going to be blitzing a shitload. I think they're going to try to see what AJ can do, what Gregory can do, what Boogie can do against second and third string offensive linemen, man. And they should win those battles. They're winning them in camp. They are. The Bobby Hart guy, whatever the hell that guy's name, but by the way, he's terrible, offensive lineman. He's getting dogged out by Gregory Rousseau. AJ's blowing past him. Derry Williams, he's getting beat a little bit by Gregory. I just think it's probably this veteran age. He got to get back and play in shape. I'm not too worried about Darrell Williams, by the way, like getting beat right now by the youngsters. It's just he's just probably knocking the rust off from chilling out by his pool all summer. But yeah, I'm just telling you, man. Watch. You guys got to watch preseason. It's so important. Because you're going to see who these guys are fighting for a job, man. They are. And I personally don't think the rookies are going anywhere. Obata, like, I don't know. Maybe he's a practice squad guy. Maybe he's a special teamers. You got to remember special teams too, man. Not everybody's going to be cut. Some of these guys can make special teams, right? Just saying. Now, the kick return. The coach, Heath Farrell, special teams coach, came out. I think they asked him if would the team be up for having two different returners, so one for kick return, one for punt return. So he said, "Well, maybe. That's interesting because he didn't say no, right? No, only one guy. We only want one guy handling both duty, both kick return and punt return. So I think this once again comes down to preseason. And if I were to guess how they're going to play this, I personally think they're going to have Isaiah McKenzie as the punt returner because they trust him a little bit more, and that's punt returning is tough, guys. That is not easy. Kick return, I think Marquez is going to get that job. I could see Stevenson get that job. What I would like would be interesting if you put Breida back there, because Breida's super fast, and have both Marquez and Breida back there. Yeah, man, defenses are gonna have their handful. If you got two guys, you don't know who's getting the ball. They could do some, hand whatever. Like, it's interesting. You could do a lot with speedsters. Trust me, there's a lot that can happen. But I believe Marquez could be the kick returner. I don't think Marquez is getting cut. I just don't, man. I think he was a steal in the draft where we got him. I do. But yeah, man. So you guys, preseason next week, Friday against the Lions. By the way, if you guys don't know, I live in Detroit. I'm not going to go to the game. I was thinking about it, but I don't know. With all this, like, normally, if you go to a game, you can, like, preseason game. If, let's say, you live in a certain state and you go to your team, whatever. Let's say I go to the game normally. Let's say if this was like 2 years ago when we were playing the Lions and Buffalo won. Buffalo probably still a lot of fans still in the stadium. They go down low. They get autographs from the players. I don't see that happening now with the COVID crap. Like, I don't think they're going to allow that. They're probably not going to allow, like, fans to go down. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see that happening. So to me, it's like I could watch I got an 86-inch TV, man. I could watch everything here. I could see everything better. I'm in my cozy chair, my recliner. I'm good. I'm not going to a preseason game. I'll just be watching that shit at home, monitoring, watching the players that I'm keeping an eye on. By the way, another player, Antonio Williams. Man, I am so intrigued by him, guys. He has the size and decent speed. I'm just so curious how he does in preseason, because if he balls out, man, could he be the number 2? Because I personally think Singletary is going to be the one no matter what. I don't even think you're going to see Singletary run much in preseason, which will tell you a lot right there. Because if he's not running much, like, that means he's the starter. They're not trying to get him hurt. Moss may be on the field more on preseason because he's coming back from injury. Probably has to get used to, cutting and all that other crap. Like, just get that rust off once again. Get used to getting hit once again. So, like, they'll probably run him. Matt Breida, which, by the way, a lot of people, I heard some people saying Breida should be RB1. Are you kidding me? Breida has been declining for years now. For many seasons, his numbers have gone down. Yes, he's super fast. For sure. He can, no doubt about it, break a play and go to the house, right? But he can't stay healthy. I don't think he's as shifty as Motor. I don't think he's as shifty as Singletary. I just think he has, like, really breakaway speed. But, he couldn't even make the Dolphins team, man. Like, they didn't even use him. Like, why? Why didn't that happen? Like, a Dolphins team who needed running backs, by the way. Not like their running back. I don't even know. Drake, is that their running back? Kenyon Drake? Or maybe I don't know. I'm not a Dolphins fan, but I think it's Drake. Come on, man. Like, they don't even have good running backs, and you can't even use Breida there. Like, he wasn't even using. They put him on the COVID list or some shit like that. Like, I don't know. Like, you got to prove that shit to me. Go in preseason, ball out in preseason, I guess, and show me that you can earn that RB1. For now, I think it's going to be Singletary. I still think it's like running back by committee for sure, but I think Singletary will get the most snaps in the regular season. I just do. I think McDermott trusts him more. He's been on the team the longest as far as the running backs go right now. I don't know. I just feel like right now he's the RB1. And then if you want to go to talk about, by the way, the cornerback position, we already know Trey's the freaking man. Levi Wallace, who, man, a great story, by the way, for Levi. Like, he's busted his ass to get where he's at, right? Undrafted. Like, good kid, man. He does work hard, but he lacks some skills, obviously. He lacks speed, too, which kills him sometimes against faster receivers. And he's battling against Dane Jackson. And you know, last season he got, you know, Dane Jackson came in for him. So, like, that's also interesting going into preseason. And I still think right now Levi will be the CB2 going into the season, but that could easily change week to week. I mean, depending on how Levi's playing, right? So we'll see, man. But this is going to be a fun preseason, you guys. Very fun. I suggest you guys watch those preseason games because you're going to see a lot, learn a lot, know what we potentially have. You're going to see a lot of upside for these guys like Gregory Rousseau. You're going to see that. You're going to see I'm telling you right now, Gregory Rousseau is going to be a dog in this league. I am telling you right now, and I'll say it again. I like Boogie, right? Boogie's going to be a solid player, a good player. But I think Gregory Rousseau is going to be a great player. That's the difference. I think Boogie's going to be, like I said, he'll be a good old rotational player, maybe even a starter one day. But I don't think he's going to be great like Gregory Rousseau can possibly be. That's the difference. And that's why we drafted Rousseau with the number 1 pick, right? With our first round pick. Just saying. Like, they saw it right there. All right, guys. Hey, so just a heads up. Want you guys to know that every Monday and Thursday, I go on Breaking Tables podcast on YouTube. They're also on Facebook. We go on at 7:30. I know I said 7 last week. I just had a long weekend, but it's 7:30. I go on every Monday and Thursday, Breaking Tables podcast. I go on with Brian, Tampa Neal, and sometimes Don Brown comes on the show. He pops in here and there. You guys don't know he's the one that sung the Buffalo Rap song. Great song, by the way. So that's Monday and Thursday. And then when the regular season starts, you guys, I'm going to be doing a Saturday show called the AFC East Shakedown. And it's going to be me. I'm going to have some Patriots podcast guys, which I'm going to announce all this, obviously the week before regular season starts. I got my buddy Daryl, who's a Dolphins fan. He's also known as Captain D. And all I'm looking for now is a Jets fan or somebody does podcast too for Jets to jump on. We're going to do an hour show each weekend on Saturdays. So it'll be same time, 7. Actually, no, not the same time. It'll be 7:30 to 8:30 or 7:30 to 9. Who knows how long it'll go for. But I just want to let you guys know about that. That's going to be really fun. Also, when the regular season starts, I'm going to be doing a pregame show at 11:30. And I'm going to be doing a post-game show right after the game. So yeah, I hope you guys hop on my show. I am a newbie, and I do got another announcement as well that I'm going to be announcing probably in a week or two. That's a big announcement as far as me go. So anyways, thank you guys for watching Bills Mafia #1. Peace.